today I'm going to give it a go making some bread. So I have decided to try and make, I think it's called focaccia bread. So I've found some recipes and I've looked at this one. I don't know whether it's traditional or not, but this one looked the most interesting. So that's the one I'm going with. So let's have a look and see what we do. So the first thing we need is some infused oil. So I've got, it says a skillet, but I don't have one. So I've got one of my non-stick frying pans, and there's no heat on this yet. So we put in 120 ml of extra virgin olive oil. And to that we add 2 cloves of garlic, which have been crushed. And then, now you can use fresh or dry. I've only got dried herbs, I couldn't get any fresh. So, dried herbs, we've got a teaspoon each of rosemary and thyme. If you've got fresh, then use a tablespoon each. So I'm going to put that in. And we'll just give this a mix around in the oil, and then we're going to turn this onto a low heat, and we're going to cook this for 5 to 10 minutes until it starts smelling very nice, but just make sure that the garlic doesn't start to brown. So 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been on for 10 minutes. It's smelling absolutely amazing in here. So we're going to turn off the heat, and we are going to pour this back into a jug so that it makes it easier for later. And we'll leave that to set aside and let it cool, and we'll come back to that later. Okay, next up we are going to start on the bread. So we will, in a large bowl, we're going to add 235 ml of warm water. And to that we are going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of honey or maple syrup. Or if you haven't got either of them, a little bit of sugar. And then we're going to add 1 sachet of fast acting dry yeast. Get that one with some scissors. So you're going to pour all that in. And give that a stir around a few times. Okay, and then we're going to leave that for 5 minutes. Okay, so after 5 minutes we are going to add half of the infused oil. And then only some of the flour. So I've got 325 grams of plain flour, and I'm going to add about 1/3 of the flour. And then we're going to stir this around a few times, making sure that you get all the flour into the mixture. And then we're going to leave that again for another 5 minutes. Okay, someone forgot to press record. So what I have done is I added the remainder of the flour into the mix that we had, and I also added half a teaspoon of salt, and I bring it all together into a dough, and then I've kneaded it. It said 10 to 15 times, so I don't know how many I did it. And now I've transferred into a large oiled bowl. I'm going to cover with a tea towel that is damp with warm water, and then we're going to leave this to rise for 1 hour. Okay, so after an hour it has risen, so now we need to get it into a baking sheet. Now the recipe says a 9" by 13" baking sheet that's rimmed, and the rim was about that big. I haven't got one, so I've got a 9" by 9" cake tin. It's going to be a little bit thicker, but hopefully it works. So we're going to add 2 tablespoons of the oil into the sheet, and we're just going to spread this around the base. And then we're going to empty out the dough, and then we're going to spread this all the way out. And then we're going to use our fingers to make dimples in the dough. And then we're going to spread the remainder of the oil on top and spread that out. And then we're going to leave this to rise again for 20 minutes. Okay, so after another 20 minutes that should be ready to go in the oven. So we've got the oven at 220 degrees and we're going in for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so after 20 minutes it is done. So I'm going to get this out, let it cool down, and then we'll give it a try. Okay, let's give this a try then. It's still warm. That's good. Definitely give this one a try. Right, that's it from me. So keep experimenting, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye!